This is definitely a solid-looking defense over here on the left. Just got to be careful, though. Audemed likes to attack you from multiple directions. Up here at the top, you can see, looks like Audemed is pushing in here. Just, again, this is only passive-aggressive warfare stuff going on. He's just got 2 engineers. This engineer squad does have the flamethrower upgrade, though, so be aware of that. And looking around everything else here, pretty standard. Now we have a Krieg barracks going on right now, so pretty reasonably quick Krieg barracks going up right now for Aikaz. Hopefully I'll see him getting maybe some grenadiers or something like that. A pack anti-tank gun would be unnecessary at this point. It's always good to have one, but at this point, you know, like I said, the signs seem to indicate that there's not going to be too much fast, fast greyhounds or anything like that. You can see here just a little bit of skirmishing, making sure to use cover, just kind of hanging back. And for the most part, it looks like Aikaz is just hanging back here nice and defended. Continuing to kind of shuffle around his machine guns as necessary. I can see here trying to put down some barbed wire. Unfortunately, that barbed wire taking some incidental fire. Whenever anything's being constructed like that, it gets blown up pretty quickly. And now we've got 2 rifleman squads moving on the left. But here we go. Here's that retrograde attack that I always like to talk about on this map. Axis players really need to be aware of this. You can see it's a really popular vector. And just check this stuff out here. So we've got sort of a fake attack down here in the south. This attack is designed to sucker troops in. And now here's the massive counterattack right now coming in from the north right now. And you can see, unfortunately, Aikaz had to retreat all of his troops right there at the same time. I don't really think he had to retreat them all. He probably could have backed off with some. Retreating with all troops right there, really bad mistake. Probably one of the worst mistakes he's going to make in this game. That's really going to hurt him a bit right now. And now he's moving on to get the anti-tank gun. Again, I kind of disagree with this build here, but we'll have to see. So Audemed right now is just about to gain control of this entire left-hand side of the map. His right-hand side of the map isn't really that well contained, so he could have some troubles there. I just heard another freaking landmine go off. Yes, there goes that landmine once again. Always good to be aware of that. Just kind of random landmines. See, now he's mining that path, that kind of, as I like to call it, that retrograde attack path, but too little too late there, unfortunately. We can see now, looks like the Volksgrenadiers are pushing back in. Again, kind of guarded here by the machine gun. Oh, no, and landing directly on that Allied landmine there. That is so ridiculous. So the funny thing about putting landmines, again, I can hardly see them, but there's a bunch here. You can kind of put landmines anywhere. In fact, that's one of the best ways to put landmines. It's just drop them anywhere. People just will naturally walk over them. You'd be surprised how much of the map you tend to cover when you're walking back and forth. You know, this seems like it might be an obscure place for a landmine, or that in particular, but no. Well, honestly, that's in a direct line coming out of his base there, so not a bad idea here. This sniper here has to be careful. He's getting really close to a landmine. Oh, God. But yeah, in general, putting landmines in places where you don't expect them tends to be a little bit more effective. I mean, obviously, places that you have to walk through like that are a good place to put landmines too, but you'd be surprised how often a landmine just blows up in the middle of nowhere. Anyhow, finally constructing this a little too late here, I believe, but you know, whatever. Audemed has already shown that he doesn't really care about attacking this position from the front too much. And trying to defend this point now, but unfortunately the Volksgrenadier is taking too many casualties there. You can see Audemed now controls 3 out of the 4 fuel points on the map right now, and he is just going to go right ahead and go into his supply yard, and now going straight into a tank depot. It's probably a little bit early. I'm going to go ahead and swap right into Audemed's point of view just to take a look at his fuel. Yeah, he has almost no fuel. He needs to save up quite a bit. I think it's 90 fuel for a Sherman tank, less than that, maybe 50 fuel for a M10 Wolverine anti-tank or tank destroyer. So he could be going for a fast M10 or something like that. We'll have to see. But he does have a significant fuel advantage right now, and that could be, you know, it could be a good idea then that this pack is out in the field right now. But unfortunately, I think Aikaz is being a little bit too passive here, and he's gonna have some trouble if that doesn't go countered any better than that. So anti-tank gun though, looking like it might not be a bad idea because a little bit of fast tech going on for Audemed as well here. So Audemed continuing to push up right now. He's just controlling both sides of the map. Very, very unfortunate right here that some combination of sniper or machine gun hasn't moved further down. Ooh, do we actually have a sniper anymore? Yes, we do. Okay, somebody else landed on this. I'm guessing it's this heavy machine gun team that's missing a member here. So that other random landmine also went off over on that side of the map. So once again, stuff looking really good for Audemed right now. Aikaz absolutely needs to decide where he wants to attack. And by the way, one fancy little detail here. I'm just going to pause this because there's action going on. Note what he did right here. This is very telling. So Aikaz mined the very front of his Krieg barracks. Now, if your allied opponent goes for a very fast M8 Greyhound, they can run all the way into your base, drop a Greyhound mine right here, because of course the Greyhound can drop landmines. And then the moment that you build a pack anti-tank gun, your anti-tank gun comes out, steps on the landmine, blows up, and you're light years ahead of them in terms of the tank anti-tank kind of cat and mouse game. The fact that he did that meant that somehow he was thinking fast Greyhounds, and really that was never an option. So again, we can see, I think his biggest mistake here is he kind of misread that opening build order and never really verified it. Anyhow, let's get back to the action here and see what's going on. So you can see right now, unfortunately, these riflemen are just kind of stuck in the back here. Perhaps they are covering for a secondary attack over here. Yes, it looks like there's something sort of like that going on. Unfortunately, though, again, these landmines now finally working for Aikaz. That was a great move on his part. He totally called the fact that he keeps getting attacked from here. Audemed obviously really likes doing that. So Audemed was trying to sucker him with this way, and he guarded very effectively with landmines there. But what he needs to do right now is move out. Whenever you gain like a minor victory like that, spread out, recapture everything. And now we see the first points being spent by Audemed here. Audemed finally going. Oh, he is going for a Sherman, and he has gone ahead and got strafing run and air reconnaissance. So he is going for airborne. Very appropriate on Angoville, being a place that the 101st Airborne was. Let me take a look at Aikaz and see if we can tell if he spent any of his points yet. I do not believe he has, or at least they could be just passive things, but it's hard to tell exactly. I'm not going to worry too much about it here. He has built his first armored car, though, so sensing that he had some breathing room, he went ahead and teched right on up to the Sturm Armory, and now we do have a Puma armored car out on the field right now. But unfortunately, again, a little too late. It looks like it's going to be riflemen and a Sherman tank. Sherman tank obviously has no problem whatsoever dealing with a light vehicle like a Puma. Even when the Puma gets upgraded to a 50mm gun, it needs a lot more than just itself to be able to take care of a Sherman. So hopefully this Sherman will go ahead and upgrade, but let's take a look. I'm going to jump over to Audemed right now because he's the only one that has any commander abilities I want to keep track of. Yes, he is going ahead, upgrading the 50 caliber machine gun. Oh god, this could be the surprise attack of the century. You can see here, again, he's kind of scouting the area here with these riflemen. Good use of riflemen, and bam! Here we go. We've got strafing runs on the field right now. There was the strafing run. Just picked off that entire heavy machine gun team right now, and now completely backed up by the rest of his army. Audemed has just got a ferocious attack going on right now, completely wrecking that Puma, the Puma armored car, taking a ton of damage, and Audemed's forces just flood across the field right now. He takes out the anti-tank gun with infantry. He takes out the Puma with his Sherman, and he is just completely on the ball right now. There is nothing left that Aikaz can do, unfortunately. So I believe that is going to be a good game from Aikaz right there, even picking up the anti-tank gun and about to turn it on his German oppressors right there. So a nice quick Company of Heroes game. I thought there was some good strategy in that game and also some good insight into some of the things that I think Aikaz kind of missed out on and maybe read that battle a little bit wrong, but he kind of had the wrong build in mind for that and certainly wasn't expecting the Sherman tank that quickly. But definitely that little boost of fuel certainly helped out Audemed with that. So anyhow, congratulations to Audemed once again. I hope to see more of his replays. And ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this, please feel free to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, all that sort of stuff. I'm Harlequin. Good luck, good night, good game, have fun, all that sort of fun stuff. Later, guys.